A healthy drink, a staple food for South Indians, an ideal summer breakfast, a very good probiotic, rich in fiber, very much filling, keeps your body cool, keeps your energy level high. Well, I'm talking about ragi porridge, ragi cool, or ambili. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to make a perfect, tasty, and traditional way of making ragi porridge. Hello, I'm Gayatri. Welcome to Home Farming. Before getting into the actual video, I would like to share some of the health benefits of ragi. Ragi is rich in fiber, thereby aids weight loss, controls blood sugar, and helps digestion. Ragi is loaded with calcium, which are essential for healthy bones, especially in growing children and elderly. Now, it contains essential amino acids which stabilize cholesterol levels in blood, thereby reducing the risk of stroke and hypertension. It also maintains skin's vitality, thereby preventing skin aging. Ragi is a great source of iron, making it beneficial for individuals with low hemoglobin levels. Since ragi is gluten free, it is ideal for people with lactose intolerance. Now let's get started. You need two basic ingredients. One is ragi or finger millet powder. The second one is broken raw or boiled rice. Now here I have taken broken raw rice. If you don't have broken rice, take normal any rice which you are using. The process involves three major steps. The first one is fermentation of ragi. The second one is cooking ragi with rice. And the third one is mixing and serving. The first step is fermentation of ragi. Now take any bowl, steel or aluminium, mud, clay or terracotta pot. Now into that add ragi by measuring. Here I have taken 1 glass plus 1/4 glass of ragi. Then start adding water with continuous stirring with a ladle or hand. Now I prefer mixing it with hand as it enhances fermentation until the ragi powder is completely dissolved. Mix it nicely until you get a consistency like this. Cover it and allow it to ferment. Now this process depends on the place where you are living. If you are living in a warm and humid condition, the fermentation of 6 hours is more than enough. If you are living in a colder place like me, the fermentation will vary. Now here I have fermented for 24 hours. Now after fermentation, it looks something like this, very frothy on the top. Now once it is fermented, it is ready to cook. If it is not fermented, allow it to ferment for some more time. Next step is cooking ragi with rice. Take a heavy bottom vessel or a terracotta pot or a pressure cooker because the porridge has a tendency to stick to the bottom. Now take enough water for the rice to cook. Since I am going to cook 1 plus 1/4 glass of rice, I have taken 10 glasses of water. Keep the flame in high, allow the water to boil. Meanwhile, take the same amount of rice as ragi. If you want to reduce the amount of rice, you can, but I prefer taking equal amount for good taste. Now wash the rice thoroughly with water twice or thrice and keep it ready. In the boiling water, add the washed rice. Cook the rice until it becomes very soft. Now reduce the flame to sim. Once the rice is cooked, it's time to add ragi mixture. This step should be done very carefully. While adding ragi, simultaneously mix it with a ladle. Constant stirring prevents the formation of lumps. You can rinse the vessel and add that water also. Allow the ragi to cook for 10 to 15 minutes at the maximum. Frequent stirring is necessary to prevent charring at the bottom. There is another way to check whether the porridge is cooked or not. Now wet your hands with water and then touch the top layer of the porridge. The porridge should not stick to your hand. If it sticks, it is not cooked properly. Allow it to cook for some more time. The cooked porridge will not stick to your hand. If you are scared to touch the hot porridge, then stick on to the time. Once it is done, remove it from the flame and immediately sprinkle some water on the top. Now this will prevent the top layer from drying. If this step is skipped, there will be a formation of thick layer on the top. Now cover it with a lid to 3/4. Do not cover completely as the vapor might fall on it. Once it cools down, you can cover completely. Then allow it to cool and ferment further for overnight. The reason why I am insisting on fermentation is that fermentation amplifies the nutritive value of the dish. Now the next step is mixing and serving. For that you need the cooked porridge, curd, salt to taste, onion for a crunch, vessel to mix, and drinking water. Now this mixing depends on your taste. Take the required amount of cooked ragi in a bowl, then add salt and start adding water and mix it to a pouring consistency. Initially, I prefer using a hand rather than a ladle. Then you can add curd and give it a stir. Now addition of onion again depends on your taste. If you don't like them, you can better avoid it. Now it is ready to be served. This recipe was taught by my mother-in-law, which helps me to make it very often. You can drink ragi porridge just like that, or with a raw mango pickle, or any chutney, or any green leafy vegetable. Now I prefer drinking it with a green leafy vegetable. Eat healthy and stay healthy. Give this recipe a try and enjoy. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. Share with your friends. If not subscribed, subscribe now. And thanks for watching.